Chapter 2: The Slave. Fang Han worked as a slave in the Fang clan, and his job was to raise horses, specifically to tend to Xianxia, Thousand League Snow, the famous steed belonging to the Fang clan's second Mississippi. Raising horses was backbreaking work. He had to get up in the dead of night to add fodder, and caring for a famous steed came with far more rules. By rights, at this hour, Fang Han should have been boiling soy milk for Xianxia, mixing eggs, soybeans, and all kinds of fine feed together for the horse, then leading it out for a walk on the galloping ground to digest its food, before waiting for second miss to arrive. But because he had snuck to watch martial training in the inner estate that morning, and giant spirit hand Fang Tong had appeared to explain the mysteries of the mortal flesh realm and the mystic realm of divine powers, he had gotten carried away and forgotten his most important errand. Sure enough, when Fang Han hurried to the galloping ground, he saw that his Xianxia was already being ridden by a woman of cold, noble bearing. Beside this woman stood a maid, imposing guards, and several other young men and women also mounted on horseback. Their eyes glowed sharply, all revealing no small level of cultivation. Fang Han, you've committed a monstrous crime. Hurry up and kneel to beg second miss for forgiveness. When he spotted Fang Han, an old man ran over hurriedly and roared at him. Chief Steward, I had a stomach ache this morning. Fang Han stammered that. This old man was the chief steward of the Fang clan stables. I don't care what your reason is. Delaying second miss's business is a monstrous offense. How to behave as a slave, your father taught you since you were little. Don't you understand that a master's business is heavier than the sky? The old man reprimanded. You are Fang Han, the man who raises Xianxia? Second miss calls you over for questioning. Just then, a maid with arched eyebrows and an arrogant air walked over from afar. When she saw Fang Han, she barked an order, spread 5 fingers like an eagle snatching a rabbit, and directly grabbed Fang Han's shoulder. Fang Han instantly felt his whole body bound, and was actually heaved off the ground by this small maid. This move is called Crane Claw Prince Sand. This maid's strength is 2 or 3 times greater than mine. Looking at the maid's stance and strength, Fang Han immediately drew on the experience he gained from stealing martial lessons. But he could not dodge at all. Even though he had peaked for a month and understood the principles in his heart, he still needed a great deal of practice. How could he compare to second Mrs. Personal Maid? What was more, even if he could dodge, he dared not. Otherwise, great disaster would fall on him immediately. Bang! Fang Han was thrown hard to the ground, his whole body aching and numb. Kneel properly and answer. The maid kicked Fang Han. Are you Fang Han? From the back of the snow-white, majestic Xianxia, second Miss Fang Qingwei's voice drifted down, high and aloof. This lowly servant is Fang Han. Fang Han lowered his head and answered through the pain. He knew this second miss was called Fang Qingwei, and she was extremely formidable. As a lowly servant, if he showed even the slightest thing that displeased her, his end would be grim. You have raised my Xianxia well, which shows you have put your heart into it. But this morning, you neglected your duty. Fang Qingwei said coldly. I do not care what your reason is. As a slave, you must always put your master first. That is the rule of my Fang clan, and it is the rule for all servants under heaven. This Xianxia is your life. You must serve it well even with your life, do you understand? This servant understands. From now on, this servant will definitely risk his life to raise the horse well for second Mississippi. The man stays with the horse, the man dies with the horse. I beg second miss to forgive this servant's neglect of duty today. Fang Han knocked his head against the ground repeatedly. He knew exactly what he had to do at this moment.